and welcome to this episode 3.
Episode 3.
Of Coffee Talk. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm Miss Meniscus.
And I'm Stein.
And today we have a special and beautiful guest.
The flower. The flower.
Mr. Stein, do you think that she has a...
She does have a name.
She does?
She does have a name. Her name's Lily. Her name's
Lily!
This is Lily!
She's so beautiful.
And she brought all of her sisters.
Oh, she smells good.
And her cousins.
That's so nice.
And they're all named Lily.
See, and I thought you got that from me.
It's Lily 1, Lily 2, Lily 3.
Adorable.
Yeah, their parents didn't have very much variety.
Oh. So as usual, we have polled the United States trying to find out your questions for our special guest, and we were going to answer them for you. We're going to start today with asking Mr. Stein.
Yes.
This is from Jack from Tennessee.
Hello, Jack.
And he
Hi,
would
Jack.
like to know, what is the job, the J-O-B,
The J-O-B.
of the flower?
Isn't it just to give out on Valentine's Day and just, on special occasions?
It could help.
It could help. No, actually, good question. What was his name?
Oh, that's Jack.
Jack from Tennessee. That's right. The job of the flower, believe it or not, is the reproductive organ of the plant. It helps it reproduce.
Truly?
Absolutely. And that's important because we need plants. We need them to breathe with all the photosynthesis and stuff that goes on in the leaves and everything. But yeah, it's the reproductive part. And that's why they have these pretty, let me put down my coffee.
Careful.
That's why they have these pretty petals in them. Okay, see these yellow things right here? Those are called petals. And they smell nice, and they look nice. They're nice to give to people on special occasions, but they also have other jobs too. Okay, yeah, because even bugs like them, and birds like them, and all these different kinds of insects and
We're
stuff
going to
like
talk
that.
about the birds and the bees
We are
today?
going to talk a little bit about the birds and the bees. Absolutely. So the flower helps plants reproduce. Now, some flowers also have little petals on the back that we call sepals. They tend to be green. I don't see any on these right now, so they're being a little shy today.
So they're brightly colored, like trying to attract
Yes, absolutely.
those pollinators.
Hence, the reproduction part. You got to be attractive.
You do.
Let's do it.
They smell good too.
They do smell nice. And the insects and birds can smell that.
That's great.
Yeah, it's not better
That's
than deodorant.
the J-O-B of the flower.
Absolutely. Okay.
Wow. I'm learning a lot today.
We've got Anna from Indiana.
Oh my. Anna, how are you, Anna?
She says, are there female parts of a flower?
I'm so glad you asked. There are female parts and male parts, actually.
Really?
This lily is actually, if I can take a piece right here.
Sure. Don't hurt her. Oh, it's okay. She's okay. No nervous system.
She's going to say she's not.
No, she's okay.
So this flower is actually what we consider a perfect flower, not because it's so pretty, but because it actually has male and female parts. So to answer you, Anna, I'll talk about the female part.
Okay.
So central, or in the middle of the flower, there is what we call pistil. The pistil has a sticky part on the top where the pollen can get to, and then has a long piece called the style,
Ooh.
which I like because women always have style.
Yeah, only women have style.
They
That's
do,
it.
right?
Only females have style.
So the top is the stigma, the bottom is the style, and all the way at the bottom, inside the protected, all the way at the bottom is the ovary, where we make the seeds and the eggs.
Ooh. Ovary too. Girls have ovaries too, don't they?
They do.
And girl flowers have ovaries too.
They do.
Oh my God, it's the same.
Lily, we have a lot in common.
Yeah. And you know what I like to call the stigma? Sometimes it helps me remember.
Tell me.
The sticky stigma.
Oh, because it's sticky.
It's sticky. Yeah,
And it's
called
on
the
the
sticky.
top?
Yeah, it's a sticky stigma.
And stuff sticks to it,
Yeah.
like pollen.
Yeah.
You are so smart, Mr. Stein.
Yeah, try.
I love learning from you.
Mhm.
All right, well, that was the female part. Let's see if we have any, funny. Leanne from Arkansas
Arkansas. I love it.
wants to know, what are the male parts of the flower?
The male parts. Oh, okay. I'm going to
Don't
take this
eat
one.
flower.
I'm going to take the male parts.
That would be good.
Here we go. So if we get a little closer, you can see. Ooh.
Achoo.
See all
Don't
those?
sneeze
I'm
on it.
shaking. I've had too much coffee. See all these little things here? These are called stamen. Okay. There's a bunch of them. There's usually 5 or 6 in lilies. Okay. These are called stamen, and they're made up of something called the stalk, called a filament, and then the top of it is called the anther. Okay.
Like
and
antlers.
Yeah. That's how you know the antlers and yeah, I like this. Yeah, I learned stuff from you too. Now, this is where the pollen is kept. Okay, these anthers have all the pollen that gets all over the place. That's the yellow stuff that makes you sneeze and everything like that. Yes, that's the male reproductive cell of the flower. So all of these boy parts of the flower, they have to figure out how to transfer their pollen over to that girl part over there, the sticky stigma. We'll figure out how that happens later.
Interesting.
Here we go.
I like the stamen that has a men in it.
Yes.
Help me remember this.
Absolutely, yes.
Stamen.
Stamen. So the word men is right in there, and that's
a
great way to help you remember that. That's the boy part of the flower. The stamen made up of the filament, the anther with all the little pollen grains that make us sneeze a lot. All right.
This is great.
I love it.
I'm really glad Lily's here.
Lily's nice, and I'm glad she brought friends.
Me too.
Yes.
What's your favorite flower?
I like the pansy.
The pansy.
The pansy. It's nice. Yeah.
Daisy.
Daisies are nice. Daisies. Sunflowers. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. I have some growing in my garden now. Accidentally. Yep. The seeds fell. Accidentally. Somehow.
How did they get there?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We have to learn about this.
Yeah, I know. I think we brought home a sunflower from a family trip one time, and then the seeds fell over, and now we got sunflowers all over the place.
Wow, baby sunflowers.
Baby sunflowers.
Reproduction.
Yes.
At its finest.
Okay, here we go.
Do I have another question?
You do have another question.
Oh, lovely.
This is from John.
Hi, John.
In Arizona.
Oh, great place.
Sunshine State.
Love it.
Okay. How does pollen move from the male part of the flower, which is the
stamen.
Very good. To the female part of the flower, which is the
pistil.
Okay. Yeah. How does it move? What happens?
Okay. This is where we get the birds and the bees.
The birds and the bees time.
Right?
Here we go.
So we got those pretty, pretty flower
birds and the bees.
Petals that are attracting them. And they're buzzing around. And as a little bee goes and gets to get the nectar inside there, he gets a little of this pollen on his little tushy.
Mm-hmm.
And then, hopefully, he, in this flower or another flower, when he goes to the next flower, he will bring some of that little pollen from his tushy, and it will touch the female part.
There we go.
And then you have pollination.
So Lily needs some help from some insects.
I believe so.
Can anybody else help?
Well, small birds like hummingbirds.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're helpful too. Yes. They can get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And wind.
Wind. Yeah. Wind's good. Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Can disperse some of this pollen.
Absolutely.
Me?
Yeah.
Pollen. You said the sunflower must have pollen.
Absolutely. Yeah. I run through the garden all the time.
Yeah. So that's true too. Everywhere. Water.
Yes, water does it too. Rain.
Seeds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they travel.
All right.
It does happen.
Yes. Okay. Good. So we got to get the pollen from the stamen to the pistil.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. And what are those? What do we call those insects? Those do they have a name?
I wish they did. It would be so easy.
Let me come up with one.
I mean,
how about pollinator?
Oh, it's great. It's good.
Yes, I like it.
It's almost as good as pollen too.
I think we're going to keep.
We're going to go there.
We're going to go pollinator. All right.
I like it. Pollinator, like pollinator. One who pollinates.
I love it.
The bee
very good.
and the birds.
That's how we remember the birds and the
bees. I love it. I love it. For Lily.
For Lily.
All right.
Okay.
We do have one last question for you.
Okay.
Shirley from right here in Shirley, New York.
Shirley and Shirley. I love it.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah. From New York. Forget about it.
From New York. They drink coffee.
They drink coffee.
I hear they drink a lot of coffee over there. It says, how does fertilization of the flower take place?
Okay.
Like how?
Like how does it actually happen?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is after the pollen, okay, from the anthers sticks to the sticky stigma.
Sticky stigma.
Okay. It starts to travel. It's like a road trip. It's got to make its way to the ovary.
Yeah.
So what it's going to do is it's going to travel down the pollen tube in the style, okay, all the way down to the ovary where guess what it finds?
I don't know.
Eggs. Ooh, there's eggs down there.
It's like treasure.
Yeah. So
that's good.
So the pollen. So it's.
I like that pollen tube though.
Yeah,
that's
the pollen.
great.
Yeah,
the
pollen
tube that has the pollen travel through. They call it the pollen.
These names are very original.
They came up with such things that I can't. It's really.
I know.
It's too much.
I know. It's tough to remember sometimes, but we can. So pollen travels down a pollen tube.
Fantastic.
Okay, just like a
and
water
pollinators.
tube. Pollinators.
Yes. This is amazing.
I know. I love it. The birds and the bees.
The birds and the bees.
Coffee.
Cheers.
All right. Reproduction of flowers.
Well, I hope you join us again.
I got more.
Just kidding.
I got another one. This is just in.
This just in.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
All right. I hope I can answer it.
This is from Amanda from Louisiana.
Okay. Hi, Amanda.
Amanda from Louisiana. Hello, Amanda.
Sorry, I almost ignored you.
Down in the bayou. Ooh. All right. She asks, after fertilization, do the eggs and the ovary change or turn into anything?
Now this, you better sit down for. I have to tell you. Okay?
I better put down my coffee.
Put down
Just
your
for a
coffee,
minute.
because
Just for a minute.
I don't know if you know this, but they're very, very common to us.
There.
These ripened, mature ovaries.
Mhm.
We see them all the time.
Mhm.
We eat them for lunch, breakfast, sometimes
We
maybe
eat?
even dessert.
We eat?
We eat them.
What do we eat?
Well, you've had an apple before, right?
Yes, I love apples. They're delicious, especially this time of year.
Guess what that is?
What's an apple?
An ovary. A ripened, mature ovary. You heard it here. You heard it here. It's true. Fruit, by definition, is a ripened ovary. You know what's inside?
What?
You've
Seeds.
You've seen them before, right?
Wait, so what is this? The seed comes from the eggs, and then we're eating the ovary
So you
of
end
the
up
flower.
eating the ovary. The flesh of the fruit is the ovary.
All right, so it looks like I like flower ovaries.
Apparently
They're
you
delicious,
do.
especially in a pie.
Yeah,
Mhm,
apples,
cinnamon,
pumpkin.
yeah,
It's a good time of year.
Very good, excellent.
Yep. So
All right.
basically anything that has seeds, the flesh part of that, once again, because I know you didn't believe us, is what?
It's an ovary.
It's an ovary.
It's a flower ovary.
Amazing. Amazing stuff. Another episode of Coffee Talk in the books.
Absolutely, I learned a lot. Thank you very much.
Can't wait to see who our next guest is.
Who knows? The excitement, I can't take it. But thank you, Lily and Lily and Lily.
All
and Lily.
the lilies.
Thank you, Lilies. Appreciate you
Adorable.
coming. Okay. Until next time.
Cheers.